That's the thing. That means the competitiveness. I think along you have to compete for what you want. Okay, a lot of us don't compete for what we want. Now, one thing I usually like to tell people, we don't work for America as a the way we're supposed to work it out. We got to work it as a job. Okay, that's one thing, and treat it as a business. You got that? So the reason why we probably don't make money for America because we think it's okay. You start a business, but you forget about the job part of it. But to have a business, you got to start working for it. Okay, that's why I understand it to start with. But a lot of us start with, I have a business, so I can take all the time that I want, and I don't have to work. I can control my time. But until you earn that, you deserve to work like a job. You're working, right? No job. So what you should do when you get up and go to work, and you got to punch a clock, somebody got to pay you, right? If you start with this kind of attitude in America, you win here. That's why Sonia just said, well, I know I have a business, but it's a job like if I was working. I'm going to tell you where I come from. I come from a limo background with it. I used to drive limos in New York, 15 hours a day. But 15 hours a day is a lot of hours to put in. Leave 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, come home at 11 o'clock at night. That's a lot of hours. Sitting on my back. And one thing I always say to myself, I was not born to drive people around. Maybe one day, what about to be driven one day? Have somebody drive you and give them a good tip. And I used to drive people who I spent day with people, they would not give you a tip. They're cheap. I used to be the Robert De Niro personal chauffeur. Mm-hmm. But there's nobody cheaper than this guy. And that's why they have money, you understand? Mm-hmm. And I said, boy, that's not possible. And the two things I hear about driving, the traffic, the ticket, the aggravation with TLC, car insurance, every time you go, your blood pressure goes up. And should I stay in that business, I probably could have been dead right now, okay? So, but the only thing I know, I've always been a hard worker. When my original vice president left the business, Ian D'Souza, okay, and I became an orphan with no father, no mother, right? So what do? Whatever you know, I said to myself, I joined Primerica for my family and myself. So I'm not going to quit no matter what happens. So I look for another place. As a matter of fact, I was looking for Mike Ponell. Mm-hmm. And Bob Safford came along. And after Ian was moving, he let me know 3 days before that. Imagine. I was the original leader trying to find a way to get out of Manhattan. But this guy, after September 11, he said, I'm leaving. I said, we're leaving going away. I'm moving out. I said, really? And what happened to me? Mm-hmm. Right? So, and I said, okay, no matter what happened, I'm going to keep on going. Because I knew what to do, to do my thing a little bit, but I just need the coach. Mm-hmm. But him leaving the country, and I said, okay, I'm going to go to Dennis Schechter, which I didn't like to go down there. Mm-hmm. I said, no matter what happened, I'm going to keep on going. Then when I messed up, I'll call the company so I can learn. You see, you shouldn't be afraid to mess up. And if you're coachable enough and have the sense of humility, don't feel bad to ask somebody. Always ask somebody for something, they will help you. If you ask for help, they will help you, okay? That's what brings me here. But I understand hard work always what? Pays off. Always pays off. So I kept on going, okay? But I tell you what, like Sonia just said, there's no other business out there. There's no other thing out there that I would rather do in Primerica. And I tell you what, you got to love what you do. You have to love what you do. You got to be passionate about it. A lot of us, we're not passionate enough. So when you're talking to somebody, they got to see that in your eyes. You're convinced that what you're doing is right. You understand? And because we don't believe enough on this thing, that's why we have problems. You even make somebody understand that what you're doing is right. How do you convince somebody? Not even convince somebody, but how do you explain to someone what you're doing is right? First of all, you got to believe. When you believe, you got to own the products, own the things. You can't be a fake. Okay, you got to be the real person. That's what I'm just like that. I said to people, I have Primerica in my blood. I have it in my bones. I have it in everything. Because you got to trust what you do. And I've gone to the oldest thing you were talking about with it. Okay, 1,000 times, right? But what happened is we have to understand you're gonna get that no matter what you do. People are gonna make excuses every day. Well, that's why I don't get too excited about a recruit. I recruit somebody, Sonia, I'm sure you're well aware of that. It's just a recruit. I'll see if you could go through the first step, right? And then don't quit, don't give me all the excuses. Then I'll take you seriously. When you get to this, you go to all the bumps. There's going to be bumps on the road, okay? Someone's going to tell you exactly what this guy told you. Well, I quit. I'm going to take a break. Now, let me tell you, when somebody tells me I'm taking a break, I'll tell them, I said, I already know you're broke. Broke people don't take a break. Understand that. When you have a lot of money, you'll take a break. But now you're broke. Obviously, if you put the goal together, don't be faced about that. People, sometimes they play phony, Oh, well, I don't have the time. No, you want to make the money, okay? There's a price to pay. And the thing is, you got to expect that. When you get that, don't feel too shaky or, discouraged. Well, it's a recruit. That's all it is. Your vision got to stay, got to be the primary thing. I want to get to regional vice president. That's where I'm going. One recruit shouldn't stop me going to my goals, okay? And you keep it going. That's how you do it. So, how do I switch my thing to like recruiting? Because every month I got an average of 10 people or more on a monthly basis. I realize you got to recruit to build something called security. If you don't have the security, and I need to go to SVP pretty soon, okay? And by the next book, I should go over 200,000 because of what's going on right now, okay? And I realized to build a business, you have to do it with other people. You cannot have a business by yourself. You could never have a business by yourself. You need other team members. If you're going to open a restaurant, what do you need? What do you need when you open a restaurant?
If you're a 5-star, you'll definitely need valet parking. You're going to need chefs. You're going to need the servers.
I mean waiters.
You're going to need the hostess.
You need cook.
Right, cooks.
Right.
Right.
And you need all these things that you're supposed to have. You need a license, first of all.
Right.
You need your place, location. Right. Okay? And then you need all these things, waiters and tables and equipment and whatever it is. So it's the same. Primark is the same thing. You cannot just build a business just by yourself. So therefore, if you want to change your situation, you need to have people with you. And our business is not the product. It's not what we're selling. Our business is people. Just people. So you got to switch the mind. You got to have the mindset change. Okay? I just come from an appointment. And this guy, I sat down with him last year. And I put a program for him together. So he joked me out. I said, okay. And I just forgot about it. Then the other day I had an appointment pretty close to where, on Chancellor in Maplewood. When I was walking inside, the person was opening the door for me. And I saw him packing up. I mean, I heard somebody, call my name out. And I looked at that team. I said, how you doing? And he said, listen, I need you. I said, really? Well, for what now? He said, I need you, seriously. And he came across the street. That was Thursday. And he said, you need me, okay? I don't have time to waste with you right now. So, see, I'm walking in there, and I'm going to do the stuff for you. You're always playing. He said, no, I'm not playing now. I need you, okay? So I said, okay, I'm coming to you Sunday. What day is today? Sunday? Okay, Sunday. And I just went there, and I sat down. I didn't do a presentation. I've been through stuff with him already. I don't want him to waste more time. I said, when I get there, I said, listen, I have no time to waste now. I'm pretty busy. What do you want me to do for you? He said, well, I need insurance. I said, okay. How much do you need? He said, I need $1 million. I said, great. I went on my quote. He started telling me his mother. He started telling me he's saving $900 at his job. I tell him what to do with it. I started a college fund, and I started $1 million college. And I give him a list to fill out for me because he was going to show somebody how to drive. I hand him something. At least he put 4 names on this for me to start. Then he's going to open a checking account so I can start putting $900 for him on a monthly basis. Money is given to his job is like a 401k. But the 401k, they don't match any money. When people don't match money for you, I always advise people to have an IRA and some of this stuff. Because if they match for you, I'll let you take advantage of the money they're matching it. That's only the right thing to do. But if they don't match any money, you're better off opening a Roth IRA and some of this stuff maybe to regular. He agrees. Okay? So now I have him as a client. Now, I met him a long time ago. Now, what I'm telling you right now, when you meet somebody or you recruit somebody, you meet a client, whatever you do for the person, as long as you don't quit, something will come out of it. Because just keep a positive attitude. People you meet today, they might not be ready right now, but no does not mean no. What it means is not now, later, And then what you do is don't take it as well, I'm terrible or people don't want to see anything. No. People need what we do. But again, it comes to belief. If you believe what you do is right, don't let someone phase you out. Business will come. I have people that have been calling me, Sonia, that I met 3 years ago. When they call me, I have no idea who they are. But I give them my card or I tell them what to do. I was a Caesar. You still in business? Yeah, I need you. And people call me and say, somebody give me your name. I don't know who sent them to me. But guess what? You were planting the seeds, right? And eventually you don't know which one will germinate after a while.
Exactly.
That's what you do. You keep on going. But a lot of us, we don't give ourselves time to win in business, to learn.
Called patience?
Right? Patience, persistency. Places, right? You gotta keep going, right? Patience, right? That's three. I have that in myself. Personally, I know that.
Yeah.
I have the 3 P's. You gotta be a personal, patient person. Persistent, patient person. You need to be the 3 P's. Persistent, patient person. You need that to do business in Puerto America. Not only Puerto America.
Was it last one person?
Persistent, patient person, yeah. Okay, 3 P's. Very important, okay? So, now, how do I switch my attitude toward recruiting? Because I realize that I need the security. Okay, I need the security. That means that you make money when you do business, but if you could duplicate yourself to somebody else, guess what? You make a lot more. So you understand this? You have more longevity, more security in the business for long term. So now what happened here, when I go to an appointment now, Sonia, I don't go into any appointment without this thing. See this book? That's called the Financial Independence book. I don't do any presentation without it, whether I'm closing a meeting or whether I'm sitting on one-on-one with a client. Now, some of you might say, it's called the Financial Independence book. Some of you might say, well, I'm not in the book yet. Why should I show somebody? Okay, that's called ego. So you can't say, well, and then the purpose of this book is to sell the vision, to inspire somebody else. If you're not in the book, show somebody else in the book. Oh, you know this guy. You know who I show a lot? The pastor. I have a lot of people in church and stuff like that. Coco. He's what he used to do. Okay? And I have a guy, a Haitian guy in Florida that I met the other day in Puerto Rico. Eugene. Lejeune, yeah. And Hubert, yeah. And he used to be a thing. I always show people this guy, okay? Now he's making over 400,000. Okay? Because he popped out this guy called
what's his name?
Charlman.
Yeah, Charlman Jennison. He was on our call.
Yeah, and he's talking. This guy. I mean, I'm telling you, I refer people to him. The other day, I send him somebody. So I like to network people like that for someone like that. Right. Someone who's winning on the top of the cup, on the top of the bulletin. He's doing $100,000 base shop right now. 100. That's what he wants to do. Okay. So these are from people like that you learn. Okay. So what happened is these folks are telling you here what you have to do. You got to focus on that. Now you're selling the dream to somebody else. Okay. You have somebody, maybe your upline or in the book. Okay, look at this guy. Pick up somebody you like. What they do. And before you go to see somebody, find out what they do, and look somebody for somebody in the book. And tell them, look at this person. I always, when I'm talking to a nurse, I always show them Peggy Hightower. Yeah, that's Peggy Hightower.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because she used to be a nurse. Okay. If I'm in the book. If somebody's talking about me, okay, this guy used to drive a limo. There's a lot of people driving a taxi. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not where you are, where you want to go. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's where you want to go. So I always look at that. And then I always talk about this, Sonia. This thing. This team. I always talk about this team. When you sit down with somebody, always tell them what kind of people are we looking for in Primerica. Primerica business is not for everybody. It's for a certain group of people. Everybody could be clients, but not specifically the type of people we're looking for that want to do business and make money and earn the right living. Now, the type of, and I go over this team. You know what, Sonia, we're looking for the most enthusiastic person in our business. We're looking for the most ambitious individual around. We're looking for the best salespeople. Now, when we say best salespeople, notice like most people say, well, I don't like sales. But you yourself has to be able to explain what is a sale. Most people don't understand what sale is. Oh, sale, I have to throw something in somebody's throat. No, that's not what sales is. A good salesperson is, okay, if you want this pot, that's what I want. That's my need, right? If I walk in there and I'm going to ask the salesman, where are the pots, right? Show me where it is. then I already want it. I have the need for it. And all I have to do, explain what's the benefit of the pad. So I can buy what I want. You understand? But I don't have to throw this in your throat to buy it if you don't need it. So that's what a good salesperson does. Be able to explain the benefit of a product, okay? Once you want it or there's a need for it, you'll buy it without it. That's what Power Maker does, right?
Yep.
Explain A and B, and you have A and I explain B to you. If B makes more sense, you'll change, right? Won't you? So I don't have to force you. That's what we do. That's all I like about the business. You know what I'm saying? So I do this, that increase my recruiting because now you specifically talk to people about what kind of people. Now, we're looking for the most competitive person. Okay? People would like to win in life. Ambitious people want to get to the next level, want to be successful. Which one of these describes you the best? That's the question at the end. Which one of these describes the best? Oh, I'm all of them. Great. That's what I was. Oh, I like to make money? Yes, good. Whatever it is, if you have one of these, you can work for America. This is something you should study like you study the Bible. Really. That increases your recruiting. And ask people a question about, is there anything that in your life that you want that costs money?
Where did you get this from?
It's in the Fast Start Planner.
Yeah, it's on the Fast Planner. And you can make a copy in this, you know. I can even give you this one, Sonia. Take and make copies.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. Is there anything? Oh, okay. Is there anything that costs money in your life that you want? Then find out what is it. A car. I have a lady in my team that's Caitlin, and she works at a transfer place, and she wanted a car, right? I said, Caitlin, listen, let's start my program. Once you license, you will start my program. Per person. The MAP program gives them I take about 80% of whatever she makes goes to my program.
The MAP program.
Yeah, MAP. Within the, you know what MAP program is?
No.
Money accumulation program.
She's our MAP specialist.
Okay,
She trained
so-
on that yesterday.
Yeah. So guess what? And the car, and guess what? She just picked up $3,500 to give the car, and then she get a car. She's happy.
Yeah.
Now wherever she goes, boy, this is for America car.
That's
This is for
right.
America car.
Right.
That's
right.
good. That's good, you know. So whatever your goals are, is anything, whatever it is. Maybe I want to buy a house. I can't buy it now. If you keep doing whatever you're doing right now, will you be able to buy the house? You understand? Ask them the goals and to tell you. Now this lady, this person you were talking to, may obviously have no goals. If they had goals, you take a test. The first time you go, take the damn thing again. And you pass. You understand? You don't quit because you just failed the test. It's like excuses. So because they have no goals, no dreams, they don't know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, obviously, nothing matters. That's what happened. Understand? Yeah, you have it in this thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's right there. Right there. See, you have the thing, you have the goal in your hands. You have it in your hands, you just don't use it.
You're just not using it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all right.
That's what it is, yeah.
Now you're gonna put yourself in the spotlight right now.
That's what it is. You see?
Well, I don't have it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's right there. So the
I'm
thing
not
is,
gonna give you nothing else.
and then you understand? So use that.
Just
One-
open it up. Open it up so people.
my presentation start with that,
Okay.
with this,
Okay.
with the book and the flip chart. I don't know what you use now, but I use the flip chart.
You still
The
use-
new one. The new one. The new one. The new company just came out.
Wirebound one with the
Yeah. The company, we were using it way before the company came up with it.
with John
John Lavin.
John Lennon. Okay.
So the
yeah.
company just implemented everything,
Right.
so it's awesome.
Okay.
I use it. There's a part of it that's for recruiting. That's
Right.
That's the one for with this guy. It's shorter. Okay, anybody could sit down with someone. You could do a presentation with that, and then the person can come to your meeting. Okay.
Right.
And
Now this
understand-
is the new presentation.
Yes.
We can get those online somewhere.
You could get it. You could get it on your iPad.
You have
You can get it.
the wirebound one. You took from me and never paid for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Here's what I do. Every time I recruit somebody, okay? If I'm training somebody, and by the time you do your first training sale, okay, I can take $22 and order the video and the book for you. Once you do the first training sales, which is anybody can do that. Any trainer, you train someone, you just buy that for them. So this way, take the burning thing. By the time they get, you just order it. I know a bunch of them, and then whenever they do the first training sales, you pass on that. So they have to have the equipment. I have one recruiter just called me, right? When I was in the car. The same lady. She went to the place. The lady said, I want to know how much insurance is going to cost me. And now she called me. I said, what are you doing in this people's home and you don't have the equipment with you? What is somebody? That's the least thing you should know to have. And someone asking me how much insurance is going to cost me, then now you can't tell them. How to figure out a code, or you don't have the equipment, you don't have the iPad or the laptop or go on the internet. I said, okay, what happens if I'm not here? So you got to get yourself prepared. If you don't prepare, you get killed. Then you're going to say, well, people don't buy from you. No, because you are not ready. Okay, you don't go to people's house without having. You need something like this. When somebody become a district, Sonia, I give them one. Want to become a district.
So Sonia, you heard what he said, right?
Well, I'm not putting Sonia in his spot. But are you a district?
I'm division.
Division. Okay. Well, I mean, you might be worth to get that. So this is only $6 anyway, right?
I'm just messing with stuff.
So when you become district, that's my thing. Okay, that's what I do. And but this I give them. You go this, you go this, you need that as a top 10 thing. Because why? Why you need to get referral? That's what I'm good on that.
That's
referrals. Okay, put money in your pocket.
Right.
If you don't get referrals, if you don't know how to get referrals, guess what happens? You will not make money, and you will not know where to go the next appointments.
Right.
Obviously, when you have referrals, you have place to go. You have people to call, and you have to learn how to replace your appointment by another appointment. You have to learn how to replace your FNA by another FNA. You need to learn how to replace your recruit by another recruit. You are in business, because business are people, products, service, and everything you do. So if you don't know how to get this, now I'm going to give you how I get those names, okay? First of all, when I'm sitting with somebody, I tell them, listen, Mr. Client, Sonia, you're not going to pay me for what I'll be able to do for you if you allow me to. You will not pay me for that. The company will. However, if I do a good job for you, all the clients that I have, and we recommend that all clients refer to us 10 to 15 names just like you. See, just like you. Can you commit to that?
And this is before you've done
Before I start. I'm here to help you. Obviously, you need to help me. You're not going to pay me, the company will. But the only thing you're going to do for me is for 10 to 15 names. Guess what? Most of them will not give you 10 to 15 names, right?
Right.
But you may get half. You get half. You ask for more, you get half. So you definitely, that's a requirement. I mean, it's a, this is so important to me. When I sit down with somebody, I make it a priority to make sure. You can't tell me you don't know anybody. I may even go as far as asking you, what planet were you born in? Mm-hmm. What do you mean you don't know anybody? Mm-hmm. If the phone rings, guess what? My curiosity tells me, I want to know who you talk to. You're talking to me for me. Oh, hold on a second. Who were you talking to? Brother says, oh, my
That's
brother
somebody
just
that
called
you
me.
know.
My brother just called me. Oh, okay, good. Does he have kids, married, children, blah, blah? What does he do for a living? Mm-hmm. Then at the end, okay, we're going to put the name. But while I'm doing the application, either on Turbo or on paper, they go hands on hands. Mm-hmm. Okay? If I'm doing this, if I notice, if I see you can write things, I can tell you, start putting the names that you committed to me. Right now, just like you, husband, married. If you don't say who you want, they'll give you any names. I don't want any names. Mm-hmm. People can give you names, any name.
So you go for 5 pointers.
Of course, just like you. If it's a 4 pointers, guess what they're gonna think about? I'm married, I have kids, I have a home, right? Mm-hmm. Just like you. There's nothing else. Because obviously, when I get the names, I have to qualify them. Look at this. Take a little time and do that. Check them out. Mm-hmm. Who's married? Kids, children. If you don't do that, when you call these people, you don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. Right? And then make sure they can call a couple of them for you. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to call you. The place I walk in, when I told you the guy called me the other day, I was supposed to see somebody on the first floor. But before I walk in there, the landlord that I saw today also, and he was already making an appointment with me. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. And when I came in before I sat down, I said, oh, I have this lady upstairs. And she said, if you help me write, mm-hmm. and then I can go to see him. And I just went to see him today. I made it Thursday, you understand? So now, this lady, I just said the same thing. He's coming to me, but I couldn't help him because he didn't have all the papers. She's coming to me tomorrow morning at 10:30 in the office. Mm-hmm. So it's a continuation thing. It's amazing when somebody says, I spent the whole week and I didn't prospect any name, I didn't get anybody. It's amazing people do that. Mm-hmm. If you license with Primerica, you should not do that yourself. You should go somewhere every day. And when you go somewhere, open your mouth, say something. I went yesterday to a place in Maplewood, to a supermarket to buy something. But there's so many people there, but I was in a hurry. But the next person that passed by me about 3 feet away, like Bob Stafford said, you took to everybody who stayed 3 feet away from you. Mm-hmm. Then there were 2 children walking around with that lady. Guess what popped to my head?
Is those kids covered?
A qualified market. And I said, excuse me, lady. I don't mean to interrupt to bother you, but I got to ask you a question. She said, yeah, sure, a question. Have you started a college fund for those 2 kids yet? No, I was thinking about that. And I said, well, you know what? That's your lucky day today. I'm a college fund specialist. What about using that? You're a professional. You could do that. If you're licensed, obviously. If you're licensed in securities, right? I'm a college fund specialist. Now, do you care for some free information for the kids? And then she said, not at all. You have a business card? I said, great. Now, I put my hand in my pocket. I didn't give him the card. I didn't give her the card yet. I said, by the way, my name is Caesar. You introduce yourself first. My name is Caesar. And what's yours? She said, her name. I wrote it down on my card. And then I said, if you don't care for free information, then I would like to talk to your husband. Now, who am I talking to? A lady.
Right.
There are kids there. I don't want to intimidate the lady. I'm a man. I ask to talk to who? The husband. If you are a lady, you meet a man, I ask for the wife. You know why? Because our business could be a problem. You understand? So you got all this thing in your mind to do that. You understand? So you approach people that way. You get a referral. It's a lady, and you are a lady. If I'm a man, and then you give me a lady's name, the first thing I'm going to say, is she married? What's the husband name? When I call, if she picks up the phone, and I'm going to say, is your husband there? Here's the reason I'm calling, but I probably would love to talk to your husband. You give me your name, but I want to talk to your husband. So what happens if the husband picks up the phone? Then you should be able to introduce yourself. That's a business call because of her friend, right? So you don't create a problem. That could create a problem. So all these little things keep you in business with people. Now, what I was talking about is what you must know how to ask for referrals. You're always going to make money, and the recruits will come from the referrals. Okay? And when you get the referrals, you got to ask, okay, who's the best, this team I just spoke to you about? This team? Now, who's the most ambitious on the list? Who's the most enthusiastic on the list? Who's the money motivated on the list? You know what? Because when you call, now you should know what to say. Wilfred gave me Sonia's name. But she said, Sonia, she's a very enthusiastic lady. And all I do, I call Sonia. I said, Sonia, do you know Wilfred?
Yes.
Yeah, Wilfred just gave me your name. He just came to my office, and I asked him, who does he know is very enthusiastic, money motivated? And you know what? He said you. Yeah. Is that correct? Was it accurate?
Yeah, sure.
All right. If that's accurate, you know what, Sonia? I would like to meet with you for about 20 minutes tomorrow afternoon between 4 and 2. Is that all right with you?
That's fine.
Great. And guess what?
Where do you want to meet?
I'm sorry?
Where do you want to meet?
In my office.
Oh, okay.
In my office. Why do you have a pen? I'll give you my address.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, ask me what is it?
What is it?
Well, you know what? All we do here, we are a financial education company. But you know what? I don't have enough time to give you the information up front. That's why I want to meet with you. But my company is expanding.
Okay.
And we're looking for some sharp, ambitious, money-motivated people.
Okay.
I can earn an extra $20,000 to $40,000 a year part-time.
Wow.
Maybe a full-time career, 6-figure income if the person can be qualified. That's the reason I want to meet you, because I can't give you all the information on the phone. Why don't we meet about 2 o'clock? Is that okay?
That's fantastic.
Great. See, people will always come back to you. What is it? And you go back to the same thing I just said.
Okay.
Go back to the same thing I just said. You got it?
Could you do a quick one with, now you said you were in that store. I'm real good at talking to people.
Right.
I'm even real good at giving them my information.
Right.
I have a little challenge getting theirs from
Their
you. I would
phones?
love to hear you guys play that role so I can see how would you get her information. You don't know her, this is the lady in the store with the 2 kids.
The 2 kids, all right.
Now you want to get her
number, okay.
How would you do that?
Okay, now, I was crossing by, I was picking up, fruit, and then I walk around. Let me tell you what. It's amazing how this business works, okay? When people tells me, I don't know, I can approach people, the thing is, it doesn't matter what you say, you know what I'm saying? It does not matter what you say. You got to get people's interest. If you don't get somebody's interest, they're not going to give you the numbers, and then you got to look professional, okay? When you go approach somebody. If you have T-shirt or send out in your thing or, something like that, make sure you look professional. Maybe business casual. I'm always, see the way I look at? That's a casual business. I love wearing this part of the day. Remember? You gotta believe in what you do. And you wear it all the day. Okay? So, once people see me, they say, well, you part America, I'm looking for an agent. I've seen people do it all the time. So now here's the thing. I'm passing by this guy. I pick up avocado. I love avocado. Okay, I went to that store to buy avocado, and then while I was picking up the avocado, this guy that I went to see on Thursday that brought me other 2 clients, right? And he asked me. He had the audacity to ask me, "Are these good?" I said, "That's an invitation in my mind."
Absolutely.
I said, "Oh yeah, they're good. They're pretty good. I bought them all the time." And then I heard the wife said there were 2 people because they were passing by pretty fast. And I heard the wife says, "You know what? My son loves those things." Oh, I said, "Oh, you have a son?" Like that. I said, "Oh, you have a son? I'll have something that you might like." And they stopped, right? And they said, "What is it?" I said, "But let me ask you that. I see you have a son. Have you started college fund for them yet?" And I come out the same way. And then let's not you. And I said, "Yeah, I'm glad you have a son. Have you started college fund for this kid yet?" No. Great. Listen, that's what I do. That's my profession. I'm a college fund specialist.
Oh, really?
Would you care for some free information?
Sure.
Yeah, my office is not too far away. And you know what? For me to do that, I have to get a way to contact you.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, my name is Caesar.
Okay. My name
What's
is
yours?
Sonia.
Sonia. Nice to meet you, Sonia. Listen, why don't you give me a way to contact you? Okay.
Okay.
I'll call your husband. We'll talk. We'll make a little time for an appointment.
Okay.
And then I said, what's the best way to contact you? See, you never ask for phone numbers. What's the best way to contact you? See, you can't ask somebody for the phone number. They don't know you.
Right.
See, what's the best way to contact you is the other side of what? It's the same way.
Right.
Asking for
You
your
just
phone numbers.
create-
But you just ask in a more professional way. What's the best way to contact you? Oh, my phone number is... Okay, great.
Right.
Then here's my card. I will call you tomorrow. Okay? I got to see what's in my schedule first before I call you.
Okay.
So you're professional, okay? Then guess what? Don't let 24 to 48 hours pass by without calling the person. You have to call them. Otherwise, they'll forget. Okay? Because from that name, you don't know they have 250 names behind them. That's what they want. Don't forget. So you call them right away. That's what I work. I did the same thing yesterday. So every day I can pick up 2, 3, 4 names just by going around. Now, I never set up any specific time to go prospecting. Okay? You prospect as you go. Anywhere you go, anybody you meet is a prospect. It could be a sales, or referrals, everything, or it could be the next recruit. You don't know, but talk to everybody.
Assuming that person don't have a kid and you just met that person on there.
Yeah.
So for me personally, I don't have my security license yet, so I won't be able to talk about being a college professional.
Not at all. Not at all. You're not going to talk about details about college specialists, but you could say, listen, you know what? I have a professional in college fund information that I'm dealing with in my office. I'm sure she can help you. Okay? We have a college fund specialist. But guess what? You say that because you don't elaborate on the information. Mm-hmm. Because everybody wants to know now. Can I have more details? You know what? I will call you. I will have the specialist from the office call you. Then you take yourself out of it. Okay? Mm-hmm. I have a lady, a nurse that I trained, but guess what? I've been to places prospect with her when I meet people, and I mention that, and I tell her what to say. And all she said, all the clients, people that she doesn't know she met, she says, you know what? I asked the same question. Have you started college fund? Mm-hmm. For kids? Oh, no, I need information. You know what? I'm going to have the college fund specialist call you. Right. Guess what you got now? A name, a phone number. But guess what? When you go to meet with these people, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go recruit them. Insurance will come up. That's when you know everything they have. Don't be afraid of saying that because you're not going to elaborate. You just said, you know what? Have you started a college fund for the little John yet? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, boy, that's your lucky day. We have our college fund specialist in our office. Actually, that's what we're doing in the area. You know what? Why don't you give me a way to contact you? I'll make sure she called you first thing in the morning. How's that?
What if the person don't have a kid? So you just met. That's what I was trying to do.
If they don't have a kid, you know that because when you talk to them, you could ask. If I'm approaching, I'm recruiting now. You're gonna ask them because if you meet somebody the first time and the guy says something, but my thinking is when I go to a place where they have a lot of people, I target people that I believe that could be the 5-star. Like if somebody have a kid, I'm not gonna just talk to anybody. Right. Of course, you might see somebody there, you get close to it over from somebody, but of course you might target the person as a recruit. Of course you could recruit anybody, but I rather recruit someone who's a 5-star. Because at least they get the product and they know what we do and they become the best recruit.
What I'm saying is, what type of other besides that, what type of other question that you can ask that person?
How to approach?
Yeah, when you're approaching that person, you know.
The only thing you could do, let's say you meet that person, and I meet you. I said, Wilfred, I don't know you, but I'm putting you in this area, okay? And the company I'm working with, they are expanding. Now you're going for recruiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are expanding. You don't know if the person's married. You have no sign yet. My company is expanding. They're looking for sharp, ambitious, money-motivated people around to work with us on a part-time basis. Do you know anybody like that? Do you know anybody who wants to make some extra money part-time?
I'm like that.
Well, you see now, I'm going through you, I'm not talking to you directly, I'm going through you. You understand? I don't know you. You might not want to give me information.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for you to say, what about me? Oh, and you could say, well, I didn't think you would be interested. You could say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because you're pulling the bait out. You create more value, of course. Oh, yes, I'm interested. Great. Or give me a way to contact you. I'll have the office manager call you. You said.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you credit for first off. I'm gonna be using that line now.
That's my line. That's my new line. Like that.
Oh, that's a new line.
You see? You understand? So it doesn't matter how people approach you. You see, a poor is a poor. You're going to learn this thing here. I meet you. I'm sitting next to you. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you have kids or anything like that. But if I talk to you for 5 minutes, I will know if you have kids. I'm in business. I will know if you're married. I will know what you do. Because that's where you start a conversation. I don't know what you do. Nice to meet you. What do you do for a living? People are happy. If they have a job, they're happy talking about it.
That's what you always
Okay?
say. Questions.
People ask questions. What do you do for a living? Oh, well, I'm glad. I mean, you got kids? How many kids? Married? Where do you live? Blah, blah. What do you do? Do you like it? What don't you like about that? What do you like about that? You understand? So you say those things just to get to know the person. Then you could throw the Pan-America question on them. You don't. If I go to a party, obviously, I don't know anybody else. I'm going to look around. You remember you're prospecting. The next person sit to you. You talk to the person sit next to you. You're not going to go on everybody to like you want to bite people. You understand? No, of course.
I'm so sorry. I asked a lot of questions.
Right, that's how you
One
learn.
more question, because last night that exact scenario presented itself.
You went to a party.
We were at my daughter's AAU banquet.
Right.
I talked to everybody in there except the people that were sitting at the table.
It's people next to you, right?
I don't know. For me, I ain't gonna front. He came in with his little suit on, and everybody else in there kind of casually dressed.
Right.
And he looking like I'm Mr. Big Shot.
No, he was just very standoffish. He didn't want to mingle and talk. So it was like, I don't want to say that to him.
Well,
So how would you ever?
Why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to talk to somebody like that? I mean,
I wanted to talk to somebody like that because I'm like, he might be the big cheese. He might be the real deal.
Of course, you don't know that unless you tell him what to do.
Unless I talk.
It's the same like when you go to a store, you stand on the line, and then Ian always say that. The guy has the carriage in front of him. It might be the last $100 they're spending. Last $100 they're spending. Now, who are you not to open your mouth, say something? Okay, and you don't know if he's not waiting for somebody to say, you know what, I have a career opportunity for you. I have a business opportunity where you can make an extra $500 to $1,000 part time. Maybe they're looking for that, but they're looking for somebody to tell them something like that. My company is expanding. You never say that. You know how you know that? Past 10 people here, don't say anything to them, and then say something to the 11th person on the line. And then that 11th person answers you, say something. You know what? I've been looking at something like that. Maybe you could give me more information. You know what? I want to bring you to see my regional vice president and give you more information. And you quote that person. That's when you realize what you just lost. You passed 10 people, you didn't say anything. That's why you have to talk to everybody. You don't know. You know. You want to talk to 100, the last 10, that might be the one that's going to bring you to the top. Because the business is that way. What happens is a lot of times we're afraid of getting no's. You see, we RVPs, we understand. A no only motivate me. That's what a no does for me. See, for some of us who don't believe as we do, then when the first person says no, you want to cry. You want to cry. Oh my God! Look at these people. You start blaming yourself or the business and everybody else. No, the business works 100%, 100%. As long as you believe that, every time you make 8 appointments and you know the outcome, the numbers. You do 8 appointments. You know, minimum 3 appointments. 3 we're going to say yes. You do business. You could 1 person or 2. Okay, you may do more than that, but that's the average. You got to accept it. Okay, don't try to understand it. Accept it. If you are licensed, you're a district leader, you shouldn't spend the week without having at least 4 appointments. You have a license. What do you do with it? You're supposed to make money, right? Until you build it, you make money. Okay? and then stay in the business until you build it and make money at the same time. If you don't make money, then you're gonna start complaining, whining, and then have that attitude, right? So you gotta make money. And if you're in a warm market, that's gonna kill you too. Warm market, you don't make money. You think everybody is just no good, but it's you in a warm market. So I'm not afraid of telling my team, listen, you're in a warm market. What did you tell? If everybody you talk to, they say, no, you must be saying something wrong.
Either you're in the wrong market.
Wrong market.
Meaning you have people that are not married.
Not qualified.
They
No,
don't
they're
have
qualified.
children. They don't own a home, and they're not 25 or above. So you are in the wrong market, and this put in the wrong market is always going to get your
It's
number.
gonna, I don't go to see single people.
Exactly.
No. I tell my team, listen, you could go play with them. I don't know what you do, but if when they give me an appointment, I ask them, okay, married, children, blah, 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 good. Don't waste your time. But of course, if you want to do this, well, I'm going to take my chance, right? Take your chance. And you make an appointment, you didn't confirm with the husband to be there and wife. And the husband said, oh, you could come. And you come in, and you think you can cheat the system.
Exactly.
And then I go, oh, go do the best presentation you can. And these guys at the end say, you know what, my wife is not there. I got to witness my wife comes in. And then you're gonna think, okay? So it doesn't work. It does not work. No matter what you do, it doesn't work. When people might come in, okay, you want to see the wife. Oh, I told them, you said the wife's gonna be there, and then when I got it,
So
what do you mean? Pack your bag and reschedule. I've been with them. I said, okay, where's the wife? Oh, the wife tired, and I said, okay, let's reschedule. Don't waste your time and give one presentation. No, not at all. That's a no. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Does not work. Okay? Does not work.
It happened to me. So it's so funny that you're saying that. It's just like, it's well, it doesn't work. That happened to me so many times, coach. You know that. Like, speak to one person, it's not going to work.
No matter how many times you tell somebody you train, don't do that, they're going to do it. But until they learn from it, okay? That's all I know. They're going to do it anyway.
That's me.
I'm going to see if it's going to work without it. No way.
It don't work for them.
Yeah.
It's gonna work for me.
Right. So it didn't work for me, it's going to work for them. Okay, man. Take it. That's like when they come, I said, you know why it doesn't work? Because it's working there. As a matter of fact, you have a better chance with the wife to be there on a presentation than the husband. You know, men, I always tell men they like, they sometimes they live in fantasy, okay? They don't take things seriously, but women look for security. They want to make sure things okay. They have a place to sleep. The kids go to college. They got food on the table. That's all we're concerned about. Men don't care about this kind of thing that much. So if you go on there, I don't know who you are, going to do, okay, I'm going to do a presentation, and people married, I'm going to do it with the husband alone. You fool. You're a fool. And you're going to waste your time. You're going to say Prime America doesn't work. It's not Prime America doesn't work. You don't work Prime America. That's what it is. But we have the system for you, okay? So we see that's experience, okay? But of course, we go through all this thing here. But guys, let me tell you what I understand that this business, for it to work for you, you got to believe in the business. You got to believe this it works. You got to believe in the system. You got to believe in Prime America. And that's what works. If you don't believe in this thing, it's not going to work for you. We have the leadership in the home office. The leadership is beyond. Okay? It's outstanding. And this guy will do anything to make sure we do the right thing, to make sure you get paid a lot of money. As long as you want to earn it, right? You want to earn it, okay? And I believe in Prime America. I remember when I first joined Prime America, I heard somebody say, we do the right thing for people. If anybody try to cheat the system, don't do the right thing for the consumer, they can even expel you, and they can, within a minute, and you don't deserve to be. So you got to believe in that. And I remember when I got licensed in Prime America, they told me that license is worth $1 million. So I should use it. Otherwise, when you license, you put it on the wall. Every day you go, you pray on the license. You said, license, I need some money to come in. You could start praying from now up to 10,000, and nobody will come. You're saying, you got to work the license. And I always believe in that. I said, boy, that license, before I got the license, I think I took the pre-test 6 times, right? I said, boy, this thing must be worth something, right? You gotta make sure you give me money, bro. I'm gonna work it out. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure the license brings me money. But of course, you gotta make this step first, okay? That's the thing. You gotta believe in those things. So Prime America will work, you work 100% of the time. So you gotta present yourself properly as a professional. But remember, people don't buy from just anybody, they buy from a professional. If you walk to somebody's house, you walk any way you want, ready, professional, you don't know the products, you don't know what it is. The way you learn about this thing, you got to show up all the time. When Sonia is giving you the presentation and you talk about the products and you know what the company sells, what we do as a recruit, you got to be good at that. So you could give the information away. When you miss a meeting, well, that's what I usually tell my team member. When you miss a meeting, you have no idea what it means. And then you get it again next 6 months. Mm-hmm. And then you lose a lot because you were not there. Mm-hmm. Showing up is one of the things. Mm-hmm. Just professionally with people. Okay, people buy from professional. Okay? Even if you're in training, some of us might think like if you're training, if you recruit somebody, and you're going to see the cousin, right? And of course, I'm going to the barbecue, I'm going to go to t-shirt, I'm going to go with sandal, I'm going to go with, my hat is in the back of my head, right? Mm-hmm. Now when you're doing the business. So that cousin, that brother, you're going to go to, that family member, you're going to say, guess what they want, this is how they want to see you, as a professional. This way they can join you. But if you just, they know me. No. Remember? You want to become a professional. You want to make money. You want to change. How do they follow you? The curiosity. And they say, man, you change. Boy, you look good, right? I want to join you. Guess what? I want to join a professional. That's the way it is. Even if you're training, you understand? So you got to make sure you look professional in the business. And become a great closer. You got to know how to close a business. Because if you can't close a business, you can't make money. You can't recruit anybody. And the way you do that, you do that by asking questions. If you ask questions all the time, okay? Now, what do you plan to send your kids to college? How much money would you like to make every month? Is there anything that costs money that you want to buy? Then let them tell you, asking questions. Okay? When you're asking questions, it's a closed. How do I close life insurance? Very simple. I tell you, when my first close, Sonia, by myself, after a presentation, I did the life insurance, and when I did the life insurance, I was so excited. I was the first one, and I was like, and the client signed the paper, and I walk out, right? And I would say, yeah, I got it. But I didn't notice that I forgot the check. I forgot the check, man. I went to the office. I was in Springfield. I forgot. When I got to the office, he said, okay, Caesar, you got everything. Where's the check? I said, oh my God. But I remember I went to school, and the teacher said, if you give a receipt, conditional receipt, and you have no check in your hand, if this person dies, you might be responsible. I said, my God, I'm a limo driver. I don't have any money. If this person died, now what am I going to do? And I had to drive back half an hour back, carefully, no accident, right? And I'm praying. I say, okay, God, make sure this person doesn't die. I'm going, right? And I got that. I mean, true story, Right. Then from that point on, you learn from your mistake. Mm-hmm. Now, when I come to the point of close, give the code and everything, which one is the best one, more comfortable for you without any problem. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can afford that, great. And the first thing I say, go get your checkbook. Go get your checkbook. Because if you don't get a checkbook, I can't help you. Now, if you don't get the check, you can get paid. Mm-hmm. And if you don't get a check, the person is not covered. What happens if they die now? You walk out and they die. Guess what? There's no. You can't take out the family. There's no coverage for the family. So therefore, you need to do all this. So you can't be afraid to ask for a check. That's part of the closing. Once I explain, here's the benefit of it. You understand? In closing, you should be able to explain the benefit of the product. Okay. You make a lot of money in life insurance. If you give a quote, you say, okay, $100,000 for you, $100,000 for the wife would cost $65. And what's included in there is a waiver premium. You explain what the waiver premium is, right? And then child rider, you explain what the child rider is. And you explain the terminal illness. You understand? A good salesperson explains the benefit of a product that I started with. And then now the client needs the product, they'll buy it. You don't have to force them. You understand? Because they're going to buy value from you. But if you don't explain you don't know the product, guess what? You can't close. And that's what you got to be good at. Be good at explaining the benefit of the product. If you join a company, you're going to make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month part-time. Explain how they're going to make it. Then now they can tell you. Explain how you're going to get that done. You want to close the life insurance, you got to be able to explain the product. We sell 10-year, 15-year, 20-year. Now, there's another product we just come with. The fixed annuity, the index fixed annuity. If you don't tell them, they don't know. Tell them to add the FAB, the extra saving on the life insurance. They will put it there. Minimum $10. I put that on all clients.
Is it $10 minimum?
Minimum $10.
Okay.
$10 minimum up to $500.
Okay.
So tell them that it's good for you. You know why? People don't cancel this thing.
Exactly.
They don't let it lapse because they have money in there.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? They don't. Even if you're not investment licensed with it, make sure every life insurance you do, let them put an extra 10, 15, 20 dollars in there. How you explain that? He does two things for the client. Number one thing he does, he protects the policy in case you cannot pay for a couple of months. Number two things he does, you can use it as an emergency fund. Guess what? They'll buy it. Oh yeah, let me put $20 there. Now you protect the client and you protect the product, and you make sure you protect yourself because the client may not drop the policy. At least you don't have to charge back. You understand? So explain. Explain. That's how you close. Ask questions and then close the client. Okay. Always replace your appointment by another appointment. That's one thing I want to make sure that happens. Now you get referrals, you make sure you get referrals. Always think about the next appointment. You have 2 appointments, 3 appointments this week, and then you didn't get referrals. What happened next week?
Got nowhere to go.
Because you didn't get them. I use the slogan of American Express all the time. Don't ever leave home without what? Without a name.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever leave home without getting referrals. When people say, I don't have referrals. You know, I'm gonna say, well, you have a brother, right? A cousin? What about people at work?
Right.
People at church?
Right.
Do you go somewhere? You tell me you don't know anybody?
Right.
That means you don't have friends? Is there anything wrong with you?
So when they say, well, I don't want to give out anybody's phone
Because people might think like, you know what, whenever somebody says that, Sonia, that means that's the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
That means they don't like
Right.
people to give
They're not.
their name.
Right.
So now I ask them, is that the way you are?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want people to give your name without even asking you?
Right.
But if you're my brother, let me ask you this thing here. I just did a college fund for your kids, right?
Right.
And I just put protection on your fund, right?
Right.
I just did a retirement plan for you for the future.
Right.
Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think these things are good?
Yes, I think that.
Do you think if I can do that for the same for your sister, you think your sister will love me?
Yeah, but I don't know if she wants, you know.
But why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you give her a chance to either because she's a good person, right? She can make it their own decision.
Right.
So give her a chance to listen, and she'll decide whether she wants or not. How's that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense.
Okay? Give her a chance to listen. They go out. So whenever someone says that, and then just ask them if what you do for them is the right thing to do. If you know about the rule of 72, and you know where to put your money, would you like me to share that with them? Do you think they benefit from it? Now, why wouldn't you want something good for your family?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody you love. Why would you want them to know what I just did for you is right? Why? They will give you a name. Okay? So all these little things, you got to be ready for them. They're going to tell you. That's one common one. They're going to tell you, oh, I don't like these people. Always think that's the way they are. Ask them, is that the way you feel yourself? What are you saying that for? But what I just did for you is what? That's why I asked for the name up front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask for the name up front. If I can help you and you're happy about it, your commitment is what? To give me 10, 15 names just like you.
Right.
I started already. We had a commitment, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem. That's why I don't have much of that. But I know you have to be ready when I ask you that.
Mm-hmm.
What I did for you, were you happy about that? Do you think somebody else needs to know about that? So now, if I could share that with your brother, do you think he'd be happy? If I can help him do it. The other day, somebody called my office. The guy had about $50,000 in college fund, right? We started that a long time ago. Even if I didn't, probably 10 years ago, I never went to the account because he never called. But he called me the other day and he said, well, I need some money. I said, you my client, right? But he didn't have insurance with me. He had it with another agent through America. But the first question I said, you have insurance with me, right? He said, no, I already have it with another agent. But now, he asked me to send him money. And I asked him, his name is Milor. I said, Milor, what I just did for you, do you think is the right thing? He said, yeah, of course. Now his money, now you're sending me money. And I said, what? Do you have anybody close to that you would like to do the same thing? You'd like me to do the same thing for them? He said, yeah, my brother. What this day? Oh, like that happened Friday. I have an appointment with the brother tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. Because he gave me the name. I said, okay, your brother, go tell him that. Tell him that I'm going to call. And then when I call the brother say, yeah, my brother just said you were going to call him. You say when somebody gives your name, make sure they call the person. Say, Caesar, I have a friend who's going to call you. His name is Caesar. You just help me to save money and certain things. Okay, I think you'll benefit from this thing also. Just listen to it. Just make an appointment. That's all. See, if you do that, they will do the work. But if you don't do anything, they're going to say, well, the insurance man, I just met an insurance guy. He's going to, and the person is going to think, well, I have insurance already at the job. That's all people think about, insurance at the job. Now, you have to be able to overcome that. Okay, you prepare. That's called preparation, professionalism. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. And then the other point I like to talk about, always finish what you've started, okay? In life, you got to finish what you start. A lot of times we start things. You start in Pro America, as long as you have no vision, you're going nowhere, So that's the only reason why you would not finish the job and then become an RVP and then go on with your family's life, family trees. You understand now? You own a share in Power America. They just sent me a certificate the other day. For being an RVP for 10 years.
Oh yeah.
I got to the first level.
Ownership.
Boy, I'm so excited. You know?
I know.
I'm telling you, right?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it pays off. It pays off when you work for it. It pays off. And I'm so excited about it. You're a team, right?
Well, these people have shares also when they become vice presidents.
Yes.
Y'all already have, I think, almost $1,000 in shares waiting for you as vice president.
And in 2013.
Yeah. They're waiting for you. When
Yeah.
you put recruits in your bid shop, the company pays you $50.
$50 and everything. Every time you recruit someone, you put it now. By the time you walk across the stage on 2013, and you got this big check waiting for you, up to $10,000.
Yeah.
Maybe you never think about that. Maybe you forget about
That's
it.
on
Right?
top of the
Ah.
So every time you recruit, what if that person never got a license? Is that you still get the?
Once you recruit somebody, they put $50 in your bank. Bank account.
You have almost $1,000. I know. I remember your number because your number popped up because you had a lot of recruits.
Yeah.
And I think you guys got like close to maybe $2,000 in your bank.
Just keep going, guys. That means he pays.
So when you
It's
become a
on.
vice president, that money is actually.
You just gotta become original vice president next year.
Yeah.
What's a 95% contract?
No,
110%.
We're 110 now.
What's up to 110?
Ah, oh, you slipping? Actually, our original vice president is 120%.
Yes.
120%. Okay? See, I finish what you've started. When you say that, you got to follow up. Follow up with your recruit. Somebody you recruit, follow up. Just recruit them and then disappear. Follow up. Okay? And be persistent. Be patient. That's what I always follow up in my thing. Boy, guess what? I'm going to follow up with you. It's either you buy or you die. You understand? You see how powerful is that? Either you're going to buy or you die. That guy that I was following with last year didn't buy for me, but he caught me before I caught him because I have his name somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're looking for a people, maybe because I have a pile of lists, because I rather get a list where I never finish calling this name. Because anytime you could pick up the list and call it. You know what? I have your name somewhere, and then it popped up, and I'm sure you might steal my service. And the company always have great service and all this thing we have now. Talk about what you do now, supplement stuff you do. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to be persistent and follow up, okay? Never take no personally. Never. Never take no personally. Sometimes we have this thing ourselves, my brother, man, why would he say no to me? My sister, why did he say nothing? You give no reason to say no to you because you're not consistent in what you do. You don't follow up. You're not there. See, the only people don't follow, you see the people who are close to you, know what they're doing? First of all, they don't want to join you right away. They want to follow this is what you do. And for me, that's a fuel. Okay, I'm sure you that I can do it. Yeah. When I joined a company, I didn't know anybody. I just moved from New York, in New Jersey. And I had 2 clients. They see my client. My father, he's sick now, and a good friend that we went to class together. That's all those 2 people I know. But when people join a company, I don't know anybody. You're not joining the business just to help people you know. You're helping people to help the public. You're joining a company to help the public. The people you know can only help you to get some training going on. Make sense? Can only help you to get some training going on. But not to make a fortune with them. You could be training with them just to get to district leader. Okay, fine, you help me. You're my friend? Good. You sit down with me, I couldn't recruit you, so I get some training. Then you go out there and talk to the public. That's what you do. You understand? Someone will take no because he says no to me. Boy, this business doesn't work. Even my brother didn't tell. Guess what? They don't have to listen to you, like everybody else. As a matter of fact, they don't trust you because you're probably the person who joined everything and never say there. Because now they lose you. Oh, he joined another thing. He's not going to be there next year. Now watch. Then you have to prove to them, yes, that's the last one you joined. You understand? That's what it is. You got to prove
Still
it.
doing that primarily.
Private guy thing, yeah, absolutely private guy thing, right?
Hey, then you know you're doing it right. That's every time you hear somebody say that to you, that is so confirmation.
I'm
That's
telling you,
pure
that's
confirmation.
wow, but doing
Like,
something.
you're on it, right?
You're on it, right?
If you ain't getting that,
Yeah.
that's a bad way to be.
Yeah.
Because that means you haven't, you've been a secret agent.
You haven't told him
You
what
haven't
to
told
do.
anybody
But then what
you're
you
doing.
do, right?
But if you get that, you're in the right place.
Yeah,
You're in the right
It is.
place.
That's
You know,
what
it's
it
so
is.
funny, Ruby. My mom the other day said something to me. I was telling her because we got our papers too, and so she was saying, I said, Mom, we got our papers, right? And so I said, she said, oh, good. Now I can tell the people that you own it. I said,
Oh, you got
they won't ask me. My family, no, back up off me. They
Right,
won't
right,
ask
right.
me because I go in on them.
Right, right.
Like, you still working that job? You still changing jobs? You still, you still laid off, huh? You know, I'll come back at them. So
Right.
they get my mother.
Yeah.
So they be telling them, like, she's still doing that? How's the business going? You know,
They
they
wanna know. They
secretively
want to
walking
know.
around
Yeah.
asking about you.
Yeah, they
But they won't come
won't
to
come
you.
to you directly.
No,
say,
not
right.
once you
No,
get to a certain level, they don't come directly at
Oh
you.
my God! I
It's
tell
so
you.
much fun.
You know, I always make money. Okay, that's one thing. I always make money. Okay, you remember you joined the company before you make money. If you don't make money, that means guess what? You'll be walking out with your face like always down to your chin and going this way, and then your face always looks saggy, and people go, oh, what are you doing? How you doing? Oh, you know, I'm here. You should be walking excited all the time, because when you don't make money, I make a thing in myself. If you don't make money, I'm not going to let you talk in front of people, because if you not excited, you see, if you can't pay your bill, something is working in your head. Boy, I got that bill to pay next week. My mortgage, my rent, I can't pay. What am I going to do? And you put that person in front of the few people talking, boy, you just, they're good. So you've got to make money. If you don't make an appointment, you're not going to make money. When you make money, you're excited. You can pay your bills, you have no problem. Guess what? The business works. Make money. The only way that's going to happen, make money by making appointments. Like, now I just sent a text out for people to make sure they make their appointments. I tell them I'm going to talk on the radio for 1 hour. So that means I tell them they can listen, but they can listen after they make their appointments.
When are you going to be on the radio tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight.
What time?
I guess about 8:30 that time. It's not far.
What
Okay?
radio station?
They're talking about it's 1.3. They're probably gonna want me to speak Creole and English. I don't know what they have.
1.3.
1.3 or 1, something like that. It's called Gamma International, something like that. But you did tell me you want to do something like that.
Yeah.
You got to call the company. They have to approve it,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to be generic,
Mm-hmm.
no specificity.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about Primerica,
Mhm.
but not about the product, specific product, or anything personal about this. And that means I'm going to explain why people should own financial services, the difference between different type of life insurance, all the things that we do. And I go over that one by one. The guy will ask me questions. He's somebody who just got licensed, become a district. He's a radio show host. And I'm going to help him with all his audience until he can take off himself.
Okay. Now, how long are you going to be in? 30 minutes?
Well, he wants me to stay for more than an hour. No, that's what I'm not going to stay on now. So it's pretty much we can't take phone calls. By the way, that's what the company says. You can talk about it. You can give the phone number, but you cannot take phone calls. If somebody calls, you could tell them get the number, and then you call them later. So they make an appointment, because everybody has their own personal thing. You can't go about discuss about specific insurance, specific investment, or talk about recruiting people. I can say, well, we give business opportunity. If you want, here's the number you can call. We'll talk to you later. So it's the same like when you hear company doing advertisement on television or on radio. You can't be specific based on federal law, thing like that. So it's I'm excited about that. And,
Is this your first time?
Yeah, first time. This is the first time for everything. Of course,
Yeah.
we have a plan. We have a plan, right? Yeah, we have a plan, and I'm going to make sure that we cover what we have to cover, because a lot of people are really illiterate, and you got to believe that. People are really illiterate about financial services. People use money every day, and they know nothing about money. It's sad. It's sad. And my great honor, a privilege to join Primerica is because I said, rich people get richer. There's a reason for it. Nobody was born knowing anything. We learn it. So if you want to know something, all you have to do, be willing to learn. You learn. If you learn, and then that's why you not only you know personally, then you pass on to other people, you get paid for. What could be better than that? There's nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? So always make money for you and family. And about the thing I would tell you guys, if you make money, save some. Save. You understand? Save. Now, if your RVP, I never do that before, but I realize if you help people to save money, then you stay in business. Even if you're not RVP yet, but do it for yourself first.
Right.
You guys have a MAP program? You have a MAP program?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you don't have one, tell Sonia to open one for you. Okay?
Which one?
MAP. It's called
Yeah.
Money Accumulation Program.
Yeah.
That means if you make $500 today, and you want $200 to go to your MAP program, that means you pay yourself first. That's what we've been doing to clients. So if you do, that's what we're taught to do. So therefore, if you can do it for yourself, you can teach your people to do the same thing. They'll stick longer in the business. That's what I say. The MAP program, do one for him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta make money, obviously. You gotta make money every week to save.
Yep.
So that means you pay yourself first. So if I were you, I would do one this week. Okay, so because you know you have to save and put your wife's name on it, make sure when the statement comes on, both names on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So both people are happy. So at least they could start making money. And that encourages the work because at least when I come from Manhattan, I never had a 401k or nothing. You know, I didn't have anything when I jumped America. So I jumped America to make the extra money because that's what I want to do, to save some money. So you're working for yourself, driving. There's no pension, no saving, no IRA. So my primary reason was to save half of what I made, and I started saving since the day when I joined the company. And as a matter of fact, the last house that I bought, money come from that account because the first check I got paid, Ian took that money, opened an account, and I used that money to buy the second house I bought.
Wow.
So that's a good thing. So pay yourself first, okay? And you can't tell your team to do something you don't do yourself. Okay? Lead by example, you understand? So I hope that helps you guys.
Hey.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, but that contact one, that was smooth. I never thought about it like that.